Nathan Judah. I'm here with Mr. Tim Spiers at the Sir Jack Hayward training ground, sponsored by
Fosun International.
Fosun International.
Yeah,
wow. Just heard from Nuno. Massive game on Friday night. Can't wait. I cannot wait, Tim. Under the lights, it's Wolves versus Liverpool at Molineux, and I thought Nuno was in very good spirits today. It was one of the more enjoyable press conferences.
Yeah, I think he must have been on the mulled wine as we were.
Oh yes.
Pre-match, nice little touch there from the Wolves press guys.
Unsure.
Mince pies and mulled wine. Yeah, he was jolly old Santa.
Yeah, yes he was. Yeah. Oh, very
like
good.
that.
I like that. That's a headline waiting to happen.
Switch roles. I feel like that's the kind of thing you should be coming up with.
Absolutely. That mean giving insight into
Never going to happen.
Never going to happen. So look, obviously big game. Let's talk about
Yes.
the main thing coming out of the press conference, which is Diogo Jota and the fact that he's not going to be available tomorrow.
Yeah, so it sounds like a slightly complicated one. Nuno used a word in English that I've never heard before, which kind of puts me to shame, and I think probably the rest of the press room as well. An edema.
Yeah, edema.
Which my dad, Dr. Spears, would know all about, and I'm sure he'll fill me in exactly on what it means later.
Edema Traore.
Nice.
Come on, I've got it back. I've got my roll back.
Oh dear. That is your place. Isn't it?
Yeah, it is absolutely.
So it's blood around the affected area. I think it's kind of a swelling
Yeah,
as well.
swelling. Yeah.
A swelling L, and basically they can't properly diagnose him yet.
No.
Until that swelling has gone down, which won't be for a couple of days. So they'll do a proper examination then. From what I gather, he's been taking part in light training this week.
Well, that's the thing I was going to say to you.
He's not going to be fit enough to play because they don't know how bad the injury is yet, and they won't know for a couple more days. It's just a bit of an unusual one.
It is an unusual one, and does that mean to say that maybe his appearance at Fulham or beyond might be in jeopardy as well?
I think it's too early to say. I think, he's taking part in light training. He's obviously it's not a horrendous injury. Well, touch wood, you hope so.
Yeah.
So they'll check it again in a couple of days once the swelling's gone down, and they'll know exactly how far away he's going to be. But from the way that they were talking, I don't think he's facing a long spell out. Nuno seemed to be quite hopeful that he'll be back soon.
Yeah.
There are a number of games coming up. They won't necessarily rush him back if there's going to be any kind of issues, but hopefully we'll see him for Fulham.
Excellent news. So the talk now becomes of a replacement. Is it Cavallero? Is it Costa? Is it Traore? Do they change system again? What would you say? What do you think? Explore Nuno's crazy mind. What do you think that he will pick tomorrow night to hopefully beat Liverpool?
I think you need a three-sided coin really to kind of flip and it's take your pick. It's not obvious to me who will come in. He loves Costa. Plays Costa more often than not, far more often than not.
Too often, would you say?
When he started coming up with the goods in terms of end product, last couple of games, a couple of assists, but his performances have gone downhill, I think, since Arsenal away when he was excellent. He's gone downhill since then. Traore, he started 3 games, not done himself justice in each game. He hasn't started a home game yet he hasn't started against a big team either, which I think would suit him. Because Wolves will be playing more on the counter-attack tomorrow. They'll be soaking up pressure when they can and trying to hit Liverpool on the break. That suits Traore.
Well, I want the third guy.
Third guy is Brighton Bakari.
Oh, come on, man. Very good.
Ivan Cavallero, who's scored 3 goals this season. Clinical finisher, as we know.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Quite. But does he do the defensive duties up to Nuno's standard? Probably not. Jota does, which is why he would play if he was fit. Real tough one. I've got a sneaky feeling he'll play Traore.
You've kept that, haven't you?
But I think smart money would be on Costa because he plays far more often than not under Nuno.
Right, okay.
It also depends on the formation as well. Does he stick with Gibbs White in the 10? Does he go back to his flat 3-4-3 again? With Jimenez and 2 forwards either side? That's a factor as well. I'd personally like him to see pick the same team as against Bournemouth, but obviously with that change up front.
Who would have thought 6 weeks ago personnel and formation changes?
Yeah, but it's worked. Gibbs White has forced himself into this team. It's forced Nuno to tinker his formation. 18-year-old kid from the academy. It's a fantastic success story. He's flying at the moment, and he'll be absolutely buzzing to show himself off against Liverpool tomorrow, and I really hope he gets a chance to do so.
Absolutely, and Liverpool, they're not going to make too many changes to a winning team, and they're going to be pretty much at full strength, aren't they?
Yep, they've got Milner back, I believe in contention. Trent Alexander-Arnold doesn't look like he's going to play, but if he does, he would come back in for Klein, I think. Milner, I think if he was fit, he'd probably start, but either way, yeah, Liverpool very nearly at full strength. The only unbeaten team left in English football, and what a test it's going to be.
It is going to be a test
for both teams.
Absolutely. How do Wolves go about beating Liverpool then?
Well, we've seen them take on the big teams successfully this season. There's only Spurs who haven't taken a point off, and they very nearly did. And like I said earlier, I think we'll see Wolves soaking up pressure when they can and using that pace they've got on their counter attack to try and exploit any gaps in the final third. They'll certainly go in absolutely full of confidence that they can get a result. They will believe that they can beat Liverpool tomorrow. Yeah. And I tell you what, I spoke to Liverpool Echo this morning for a little podcast they do, and I know a couple of Liverpool fans. They'll gladly take a point tomorrow.
Really?
Ahead of the busy festive period. Yes, they've got to try and stay one step ahead of Man City, who they're playing in a couple of weeks. But I think they will gladly take a point.
Goodness me, I mean, that'd be huge.
Honestly, I think so. But you know, Wolves are. If Wolves do get a point tomorrow, they'll be in 6th place. So you look at Liverpool going to a team who are potentially 6th in the table, away from home, who've won 3 on the spin. Packed house Friday night pre-Christmas. You say it's a banana skin for them. It really is waiting to happen. I think they'll show Wolves respect. They'll want to win the game, obviously, but I don't think a point is disastrous for Liverpool. That's how the standing that Wolves can hold themselves in these days, and they should be very, very proud of being able to do that.
If and when Wolves get 3 points tomorrow night, when is it feasible to start thinking and believing that Wolves can get European football this season?
It's very dangerous now to start believing and assuming that things are going to happen. So this is the first game.
It's an if
for me tomorrow. So we've got a noisy car.
Matt
Doxy's very noisy car.
Very noisy.
Wow.
Obviously desperate to get an interview. He wants to come on camera, I think. Matt, come back.
It's a bit of a dangerous one in terms of, I think tomorrow's the first time that they're almost expected to perhaps take a point off one of the big boys.
They expected? Can you go that far?
I think so, honestly. I think the Man City game was a complete... Nobody expected that early on. Man United, again, I think really nobody expected them to go get a point that day. Arsenal away, in the middle of that bad run. I think everyone, that was sort of a free hit. Chelsea, they were on the back of 5 defeats in 6. Nobody expected anything from that. I think tomorrow there's a bit of an expectancy that Wolves can definitely take a point off Liverpool, and I think that's a bit dangerous. I think you want to keep that underdog tag for as long.
Mulderwan is kicking in, by the way.
For as long as you can. You know, we hope and expect that Wolves will be part of the upper echelons of this Premier League for years to come. That's what they want to do. In which case they won't be underdogs again, but you want to keep that tag, I think, for as long as you can. But they've got to be a bit wary of that tomorrow.
But amazing that they're in this situation, you know, with the Premier League leaders coming to Molineux. You know, one of the favourites of the Premier League. It's a 2-horse race. It looks like one of the favourites for the Champions League, and they're in this position. It just shows how far they've come. It's incredible, really.
It is absolutely incredible. It is.
Let's go.
I love doing that to you now and again. No, it's going to be a great game. I can't wait. There's the Conor Cody factor as well. I'd urge people to read the interview done with Conor today. It's really kind of revealing insight, hopefully, into his background. Obviously, he's from a red household through and through. Massive Liverpool fan. Didn't quite make it there. But they're all desperate to put one over on Liverpool tomorrow. His sons are Wolves fans, he says as well.
Oh, I love that.
Which is nice. But yeah, big game for him. And also that him and Ryan Bennett have got to be careful not to get booked, because if they both get booked tomorrow, then they get a long Christmas.
Courtney Horse and Dendoncker at Fulham.
But yeah, there's a bit of a warning sign ahead there, yeah, because Cody and Bennett are both on 4 yellow cards, so they've got to be a bit careful. They've only got 2 more games to get through before those yellow cards are wiped out. So I can't wait. It's I've never been asked for tickets so much for a game in my life. I have absolutely no power whatsoever, people. Please don't ask me for a ticket. I just do not have any. I have no influence whatsoever. But honestly, people are absolutely buzzing for this. It's going to be a hell of a night.
Give me a score prediction then. Seeing as he can't say everybody thinking draw.
4-0 Liverpool.
Oh, come on.
No, honestly, I think Wolves can nick a point. I think it'll be 1-1.
Looking forward to it. It's going to be a massive game under the lights. It's Wolverhampton Wanderers, it's Liverpool. Me and Tim shall be at the game. For the build-up on this one, make sure you log on to Express and Start.